Yo, what up, fellas? What up, fellas? How's everybody doing today, man? I hope everybody's doing well. It's your main man checking back in the building, bro. The TheShavedLionKing. And I'm here to just rap with you guys real quick about a quick topic, man. I want to talk about, bro, how the Matrix is forcing us to retain our seed, okay? And this is deep, all right? This is as deep as it gets, bro, okay? Because this is really what's happening, all right? I know most of us want to be out here in the modern day, have our own opinions on what we believe, on what's going on out here. And that's all fine and dandy. Okay. As long as you draw a line in the sand and you understand that there's two energies here, there's a good energy and there's a negative energy. Okay. And the negative energy is trying to prevail, okay, over the good energy. All right. This is what we have. This is our duality. This is our society. Okay. This is the times that we live in today. Okay. We are living upon a planet, man, where the negative energy has a lot of power right now. They have the momentum. Okay. And their job is to get everybody caught up as much as they can. Okay. They're recruiting as many people as they can. Okay. And this is why we are now finding ourselves in the position, okay, of retaining our seed. Okay. Society is forcing us to retain our seed. We're at the end of an age. Okay. We're at the beginning of a new power structure, if you will. Okay. We're at the beginning of a changing of the times. Okay. And like I said, the negative energy is doing all that it can to recruit people. Okay. To make sure that this never manifests. All right. And the reason why we are retaining our seed is because we're trying to counteract that balance. Okay. We got the message. We received the download from the Most High. Okay. The Most High came into our lives at one point, whether that's from trauma, whether that's from us reaching out, getting on our hands and knees and praying. Okay. Our prayers were answered. All right, because we now have this practice called semen retention in our laps. All right. And we've now walked through this door. All right. And we've been exposed to the truth of this reality. We've been exposed to the truth that is going on in our society. Okay. And what's exactly is going on is, like I said, society is forcing us to retain. If you don't retain, okay, then most likely you're not going to remain strong. Right, you're going to fall into the temptations, all the temptations that Christ warned us about. You're going to fall into them. Okay, you're just not going to be able to use, all right, your mind logically to be able to, protect yourself in times like this. So what we have here is, if you guys pay close attention what's going on in our society, all right, they have this thing that we call battle of the sexes, right? This is where us all starts. All right. Because naturally, we're supposed to be here on this planet enjoying each other's company. Okay. Naturally. All right. With the gifts and the things that we were blessed with, that we were born with. Okay. But now what the society has undone, which indicates in the good books that we read, okay, and all the religious texts that we are shown since a little kid, we are shown the truth. Okay. We are shown what is really going on out here. It's not until we get older till we actually start believing, all right, all those things that we were taught when we were younger, all right, because we're actually have the experience to go out in the world and experience these things, okay? And we see it firsthand. We see it how no one can just get with someone in a relationship and coexist, all right? Have a long, happy relationship. Okay. If that's the case, all of us would be with the same person that we, initially first thought that we loved, or that we were attracted to. Right. Instead, what we've seen is a whole lifestyle. Okay. A whole life of different people coming into our lives. Okay. Seemingly to miss the mark every single time. All right. Seemingly to cause more problems. All right. Than good. This is our society. This is what we have been shown in the modern day. And you guys got to understand that this is happening at a very specific time for a very specific reason. Okay. We're at, like I said, we're at the end of these times, man. You're going to have to choose on what side you're willing to play on. Okay. We've had our fun. All right. We've been out in the streets. All right. We've been with multiple people. All right. We've done so many different sins outside of, so-called marriage, if that's something that you believe in. Okay. The Most High. Okay. Understanding that we're not supposed to just be out here interacting with anyone. Okay. But see, this is what the society has tricked us on. Society has made us think it's okay to have girlfriends. Society is made it seem like it's okay to have flings. Society has made it seem like it's okay to share your energy with just anyone. Okay. And as we can see, that has been a negative consequence. Okay. Because in society has showed us one thing. All right. That relationships, marriages, okay, intimacy is something that just simply doesn't last anymore. Okay. It's something that doesn't hold its weight anymore. All right. And this is how I'm trying to get you guys to understand that this was a plan of the Matrix the whole time. All right. We've had our fun. Okay. And now we need to realize what is going on and choose what side we're going to play on. Okay. Are you going to play on the side of the most high, or are you going to play on the side of the fault? Okay. And it's so much easier, like I told you guys, to not put up a fight. It's so much easier to just go with the flow. And this is what most people, unfortunately, have gone through. All right. They've gone through a life where they have seemingly not had, the response from the Most High. Okay. The Most High has been absent from their life. Okay. Because of the things that they're doing in their life, the sleeping around, the drugs, the lying, the chilling, the cheating, the stealing. Okay. All of these corrupt things has made the Most High, okay, voice go unheard to a lot of people. And because of this, a lot of people have decided to opt out. A lot of people have decided that the Most High ain't really real. Okay. Most of the people out here have decided to lean on their own understanding. Okay. And this is where this fallen world comes into play. You're falling into the playbook, you're falling into their specialty, because that's what they want you to think. All right. They want you to think that this world has no love. This world has no true prime creator, which is all fact. Okay. Well, it's just all not facts. Okay. We got to understand, okay, on what we are being tempted with. Okay. We are being tempted with our very souls. Okay. We are being tempted with our very free will. Okay. In this society. All right. To choose an energy, to choose a false light instead of the positive light that you were born with, the spark that you got in your chest, the light that woke you up this morning, the light that, lets you go out every single day, okay, and still breathe fresh air, okay, and still be able to change the outlook on your life, okay, with this thing called discipline, okay. Instead of that, man, what has happened is we got this fallen group of people down here who have decided to come down here, all right, and take advantage of people, all right. And this is why we are in the situation that we were in, all right. You guys got to understand on what this is all about. Okay. This is all about control of you and your soul. Okay. This is what this is about. This is getting you to believe that there is no higher power. They're getting you to believe that there is no most high. Why? Because simply all the things that you can do, all the things that you can get away with, all the pleasures that you can take part in. And at the moment, sometimes, some of these people are not receiving the karma that is eventually going to come to them. And because of that reason, people are leaning on their own understanding. Okay. They're out here really believing, all right, that there is no most high. All right. And they're going to be able to get away with all these things for the rest of their life. And this is simply not the case. Okay. I'm telling you guys what is going on out here. Okay. The Matrix is making us retain our seed. All right. And the way that they're doing this is they're being so corrupt. Okay. They're being so obvious. Okay. They are putting it in our faces. Okay. We can't run anywhere in the modern day and hide from a sexual thought or a sexual image. No matter where you go, it's going to be in your face. And this is the time of the tell right here. This shows us exactly the times that we're in. All right. This proves to you on how what I'm telling you is the truth. They're forcing us to retain our seed. Okay. Because if you don't retain your seed, what is going to happen is you're going to get caught up just like everybody else. You're going to be misled. You're going to be led astray. You're going to fall into the traps. All right. You're going to fall into the comfort of believing. Okay. Leaning on your own understanding. All right. Making up your own rules in this matrix. Do what thy will. All of that stuff that these people are going to be programming with you. It's going to lead you, okay, to HE double hockey stick, okay, a state of consciousness, okay, a lowering of your vibration, all right, that is going to lead you into a negative path in life. Okay, you're going to be more accepting to all these things that are going on. All right, you're going to fall into lust, or you're going to fall into greed. All right, you're really going to fall out of balance on what you're truly supposed to be doing down here. Okay. This is the whole plan of the Matrix. Okay. The Matrix, like I said, is set up to make you fail. The Matrix is undefeated in so many words. And you guys can see why things are so tough down here. Okay. And why we need to be retaining our seed. Okay. Because if you're not going to be retaining your seed, like I said, you're going to be led astray. Okay. You are going to be recruited. Okay. You're going to be misled. You're going to be given all the temptations of the world. Okay. You are going to have your ego fulfilled. And this is what most people have fallen into. Okay. There's a very small remnant of people who remain on that narrow path. All right. Who endure all of these things. And at the end of that book, it tells you that the first shall be last. All right. And the last shall be first. So what does that mean? That means all you people out here right now who are living your best life, who are living in sin, okay, who know you're doing wrong, who are running around unchecked because you don't believe a higher power has done anything or is not monitoring you or is not going to come back, all right, and pull your card at one point. And from that point, you were out here living your life, okay, embellishing in all of the corrupt things of this world, all right, living a low vibrational, low frequency life, all right, creating all kinds of nasty karma for yourself, all right, as well as spreading nasty energy around the planet. This is a place where we're supposed to be all here loving each other and helping each other grow, okay, helping each other learn, okay. But what is proven to us is proven to us that most of the people in the society have fallen and taken the bait. Okay, because most of the people out here are not living for the most high. Most of the people out here are not living to be their best version. Most of the people out here are not living to be their higher selves. Most of the people out here have fallen, have taken their corruption on, all right, who are now wearing a mask, who now out here think that they can play both sides. And I'm here to warn you guys that that is not going to happen for you. Okay. If you're one of these people out here who think you're going to put on the mask of good and then by night be evil, you're one of these people who are about to be checked. Okay. You guys got to understand on what's going on out here. You guys got to understand on why this matrix is forcing us to retain our seed. It's forcing you to make a choice. Okay. And that choice is, do you ride with the most high creator? Okay. Or do you ride with the fallen, the people who have got control of this world for just a small fraction of time? Okay. A very tiny portion of years. Okay. That the objective is to get you to lose your soul. This is why selling your soul is such a big thing. This is why all of the negativity is pushed on the TV. This is why they shove celebrity lifestyle down your throat. Okay, because these people's jobs, all right, is to prepare you, all right, for what's to come. Okay, because we seem to think living in a modern day society, all right, being so-called regular people, that this type of lifestyle is not going to infect you. And I'm here to tell you that you couldn't be more further from the truth. Okay, because what is going to happen is eventually, all right, they will find you as a person with light. Okay, a person that has a good heart, a person that is out here trying to do the right thing. Okay, corruption never sleeps. Okay, the devil's job is to kill, steal, and destroy. All right, and he is on his job 24/7, knowing that he only has a short amount of time. And this is why you see everything so radically going on in our society. Okay, you must understand, man. This is why it's so easy for you to fall into the temptation, because the temptation is being shoved down your throat. Okay, but it comes with very nasty consequences that a lot of you are not prepared for. Okay, you seem to think that we're doing all these things as some sort of joke, as some sort of laugh, as some sort of fad. All right, we're not doing these things for anything of that nature. Okay, we are doing these things because we are living in those times of we want significant change. All right, we see what's going on in the world. We see the hurt. We understand what's been going on for the last hundreds of years. All right, we see the turmoils that people are living in. And our job is to raise our consciousness. Our job is to raise our frequency. Our job is to remain strong. All right, and leave the world behind. And unfortunately, most people can't do that. Okay, because most people out here who are not retaining their seed are still in the world. Most people out here who are not practicing celibacy are still in the world. Most of the people out here who are not practicing sobriety are still in the world. Okay, and that's a good 90 something percent of the people. So when I tell you for a fact that I can tell you without 100% doubt that society, the matrix, is forcing us to retain our seed, I'm telling you what they're doing. They're testing everybody. They're trying to see where everybody's points are. Okay. They're trying to see where everybody's breaking points are. They're trying to see on who really, despite what's going on in this world that seems like there's no control, to still believe in your most high creator. Okay. And we all know that this is one of the biggest tricks. Okay. That anyone could ever have been used against anyone. Okay. For the simple fact that they got us down here in control for their short time. All right, getting people out here to sell and lose their souls for this instant gratification of this short lifetime. All right, when we're down here supposed to be earning, okay, a lifetime. Okay, we're supposed to be down here earning everlasting life. Okay, we're supposed to be down here earning our spot. Okay, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, but since, like I said, man, that society has done such a good job at tricking us out of our position, a lot of people have failed. A lot of people have lost themselves. A lot of people have completely given themselves over to the matrix. All right. And this is where I'm trying to prove to you guys on how we should be retaining our seed 24/7. Okay. Until we attract what we know is genuinely, truly for us. And if you haven't done that, okay, you're one of these people out there who are still playing the double dutch. You're one of these people out there who still think you're going to stick your foot in the water, bro. All right. And get away with trying to play both sides. All right. You're not, that is not going to happen. All right. You're going to have to choose. All right. And you're going to have to choose right. And the way that you're going to choose right, man, is you're going to know in this life you're meant to be down here enduring. You're not supposed to be down here succeeding in every way. You're not supposed to be down here chasing the money. You're not supposed to be down here living a life of pleasures. Okay, this is not what this is about. So many people have came here, lost their lives, and perished. So many people before us who gave this message lost their life and perished. Okay, they weren't down here having fun. They weren't down here going with the system. Okay, we're supposed to be down here learning. Okay, and most people are not doing that. Okay, so I urge you guys, everybody who is out there, all right, who watches and consumes this content on the daily, to understand that you have a major choice to make that most people are not going to tell you. Okay. And once you decide to make this choice, don't think that it's just going to be scot free for the rest of your life. Okay. You must understand on what it's like to live on the side of positivity and good. Okay. You still are going to be attacked. You're still going to be followed. You're still going to be harassed. Okay. By the negative energy. That is their job. Their job is to get you to fall off of your journey. Their job is to get you to doing them. Okay. Because there's going to be an overwhelming amount of negativity. If there's more negative, low vibrational people in the world, okay, that is more of the type of stuff that you're going to have to deal with. And eventually, the way that they went out, okay, they went out by sheer numbers. They went out by sure, just forcing you to join them because you figure that you can't beat them. Okay. And this is where I'm gonna tell you guys from the bottom of my heart and experiences that I've been going through recently, man, that you're going to have to make a very, very strong decision. Okay. And I hope it's going to be the one of good and you don't let these people affect you in a negative way and bring you down because this is what they're trying to do. Okay. They're coming for your souls, people. All right. They're coming to get you to send. They're coming to get you, man. Okay. To sign your name. All right. And this is what is happening in 2025 in the modern day. This is why we are out here retaining our seed. You guys must understand we are being forced to do this, okay? Because if you do not abide by this, like I said, you're already been swept up by the nothing. Okay, you're already a part of all this programming that I've just been talking about. You're already one of these people that I've just been describing. Okay, because there is no playing both sides. Okay, you know what you have gotten yourself into. Okay, and this is why it's so imperative for us to be understanding on why we are doing what we're doing. Okay, yes, my friends, it's a self-improvement practice. Yes, my friends, it has so many other great benefits for your life, but in all actuality, in a perfect world, this isn't something that we would be doing for long amounts and long periods of time. Okay, we are forced to do this. Okay, a lot of us were forced to do this. You got to think about every single thing that applies. Okay, I just sat here and told you we're in a world where it's controlled by all these different elements. Okay, you have the division. Okay, you have the battle of the sexes, you have the races, you have all these different things, and each one of these categories has groups of a hierarchy. Okay, you can see why. Okay, that the lower group of that hierarchy is forced to retain his seed or be forced to destroy his own life. Okay, you're going to be one of these people, man. Like I said, we're not the 1% men, so this is most of us speaking. Okay, you're not going to be these people, man, that have it together, that's going to be out here, that has all these options. You're not going to be one of these people who's going to be out to be able to go out there and get it naturally. Okay, you're going to be one of these people, man. Okay, that if you do get blessed by something by the Most High, okay, you're going to be very grateful of what comes into your life. Okay, and this is where I'm proving to you guys on how they are forcing us to do this. Okay, because most of us are not that 99%. Most of us are down here in this lower category. Okay, we don't have the options. So what have they done? And they've given it to us to destroy our lives. They've given us the corn. Okay, they've given us, the OnlyFans. Okay, they've given us, ways to pay for intimacy. Okay, further destroying our lives. Not only that, like I said, okay, you guys got to understand that this is all sinful work that we're doing out here. Okay, we're not supposed to be around here sleeping around with everybody, you guys. That's the number one thing that we're not supposed to be doing. Okay, and this is the life that they sell you on the dark side. Okay, this is the life that they sell you, all right, to join, all right, this group of energy that these people are down here promoting. Okay, this is the times that we are living in today, and unfortunately most of the people out here have chosen this direction. Okay, and this is why I'm warning you guys, man. I'm telling you, man, I've been through a lot, and I'm sitting here and I'm telling you guys the best way I can without saying too much. Okay, this is the choices that you're going to have to make. All right. And I want you to understand, just because you choose the good side, don't think that the good side is still not going to have consequences. And if I'm going to be honest with you, the consequences seem like they're a hell of a lot worse in this world. Okay, to choose the good side than it is to choose the bad side. All right. And this is where you're going to have to come in and you're really going to have to make a decision. Okay. Because, like I said, most of you guys know this already. And most of you guys are trying to play both sides of the fence, and you can't do that. Okay. Because the Most High knows what you're doing. Okay. You can't play both sides of the fence, bro. You can't serve two masters, bro. Okay. And this is why I'm proving to you guys, man, the society is forcing us to do this. It is forcing us to make a choice. Okay. The grip has never been so tight. The grip has never been so obvious. Okay. We've lived some long years, man, and we can all come to the agreement here that things have progressed to get so worse out here. All right, that it's obvious on what we need to do. Okay, it's obvious that we need to be out here protecting our energy and retaining our seed. Okay, because we see the problems. We see the problems in the relationships. We see the problems in the divorces in the marriage. We see what's happening, to the men out here, all right, who decide to go out here and mess with women. Okay, you're seeing all these different things that we got going on out here, and now you're all putting it together and you're starting to see why and what is going on. Okay, because the society is forcing us to choose a side. The society is forcing us, all right, to choose a master. Okay, and I want you guys to understand, I've gone through this process, just like many of you. I've gone through breaking down what is going on in this world, just like many of you. Okay. And I have chose my path. All right. I have chose on what it is that I want to do. Okay. And all I'm here to do is to show you guys on, the way, basically what is going to happen in your life, basically what you're going to go through, what you're going to experience, the choices that you're going to have to make. Okay. Because if someone would have came to me earlier and gave me this option of being able to get into my mind and get into thinking about ways to formulate a plan on how I'm going to live my life despite the living circumstances around me, I would have been 10 times better. Okay. And this is why I'm doing this to you guys, because a lot of you guys are now about to experience, or you're probably going through some of the things that I'm talking about right now. Okay. And you understand on how important this talk is. Okay. Because we understand that there's not a lot of people out there that are going to relate to what we're talking about anyway. Okay. So my job is to give you guys the eyes to see. My job is to give you guys a different way to think about what is going on here. Okay. And maybe help you reevaluate your thought process. Because, like I said, I see a lot of guys out here, man, that are trying to play both sides of this fence. And then it doesn't work like that. Okay. You're the one who's going to be shocked. Okay. At the end of all this, man, because you cannot play both sides. All right. I just want you guys, and I just want to encourage you guys, man, to understand on what we're dealing with. Okay. We are dealing with some powers that are unseen. We are dealing with an energy here, all right, that is forcing us to make a move. All right. And no matter what move you make, there are going to be consequences. Okay. I want you to understand that, whether that's the good move or what's the bad move. If you take the bad move, you're gonna have, you're gonna be fine temporarily. Okay. But when it comes down to judgment time and karma, you're gonna get hit the worst. Okay. You can choose to take the good side. Okay. You're going to get hit with the karma of the negative people here on this planet trying to bring you back down. Okay. Trying to mess up your life, trying to infiltrate your life. All right. Try to do everything that they can to make sure your life is not a happy one because you chose the right way. Okay. Or you can endure. All right. And you can keep going and understanding what you're doing this for. You're doing this for everlasting. Okay. You're doing this for everlasting, bro. This is what you're doing this for. You're understanding that this is a short time. Okay. You're understanding that the enemy down here only has a short amount of time to rule and to do whatever it is that they're doing. Okay. And you got to use that as motivation to help you stay on your path. Because if you don't, my friends, all right, you are going to be affected. Okay. And I'm telling you guys, nobody is going to talk about this. All right. Like I said, YouTube to me is a complete JOKE. Okay. It's a complete JOKE. All right. All they do is promote people who have absolutely no knowledge, no intelligence on the subject matter. Okay. They put them up in the algorithm, and everybody that searches this content, those are the people they're going to run across. They're going to run across the people with zero knowledge, zero intellect, okay, and zero ways to help you change your life. All right. And this is what I'm proving to you guys. Okay. Another part of the matrix. All right. To keep us further in our lower vibrational energy and keep us dumbed down. These are all the things that you're going to have to learn how to navigate. Okay. And it's not easy if you're walking around with little to no cerebral brain fluid. Okay. These things are imperative to your life. But I do want you to understand, on no matter what decision that you make, there's going to be some sort of consequences. But I'll put it to you just like this. I would rather take those consequences, man. Okay, in the short term than the long term. Okay. That's my logic. And I know any man out there that has a brain, all right, that has a cerebral brain fluid in his head functioning right, is going to see it the same way that I do. Okay. Don't let these people, all right, ruin what you're trying to create in your life. Don't let these people ruin, the everlasting, bro, the life after this for yourself. Don't let these people ruin this, okay? Because this is exactly what they've been doing. You guys got to understand, these people have been doing this for a very long time. And now that we're getting down to the end of this thing, it's so much easier to see. And all I want you guys to do is to protect yourself. Understand, man, it's a reason why all of this is going on. Understand, man, society, bro, has us out here and they're forcing us to retain our seed. Okay, they're putting it right all in our faces. You got to understand this. They wouldn't be putting it in your face if it wasn't something that was important. Okay, this is how you know how important retaining and transmuting your sexual life force energy is, because it's the number one weapon that they use in our society. This is how you know it's the most powerful, and it's going to bear the most consequences from our creator. Okay. And now you know why you don't have semen retention come across your FYP or fall into your lap, because this is something that we have to be doing. So I'm gonna read a couple of these comments real quick, and then we'll come right back, guys. My man Jim in the building. What's happening with you today, brother? Appreciate you for being up in here, Jim, as usual, brother. Joseph in the building. My man Joseph, my man. Good to see you up in here today, bro. Appreciate you guys for being up in here, brother. My man Daniel in the building. Good to see you, my man Daniel. I really appreciate you for being up in here, brother. Thank you for stopping in, man. Pierce the Third in the building, my guy. See you, my man. Appreciate you for being up in here today, brother, man. My man Swayze in the building. I see you, Swayze. I see you, my guy. Appreciate you for being up in here, man. I hope everything's good with you guys, man. I really do, bro. I really hope you guys are listening to what I'm saying and my voice is not going unheard. You know, I don't ever come on this microphone without telling you something that's important. Okay. And this is important. You're not going to hear this from nobody else. Everybody else is going to talk about stupid stuff. They're not going to tell you nothing deep. They're not going to tell you the truth, man. All right. And the truth is, society is forcing us to do this. It's forcing us to make a decision. It is forcing us into a lifestyle. It's forcing us into a way of thinking. Okay. You got to understand, what is a life without the Most High? We don't know what that's like, because even currently now, the life with the Most High, all of us, even the people down here who are in the negative energy, are experiencing the life with the Most High. What is the life with the Most High? The life with the Most High is the sun rising every single day. The life with the Most High, bro, is the air in the air that you breathe every single day throughout your lungs. Okay. The life with the Most High, bro, is that loving, feeling energy. Okay. Just to do careful things like taking care of yourself. Okay. Like helping somebody else. Okay. That is the life of the Most High, bro. Having that absent from a life is going to have a world of complete chaos. This is the reason why this place hasn't completely been destroyed. Okay. When I sat here and told you guys that there is more negative energy, there's more evil people in this world there is today than there is good. Okay, so if that's the case, what has stopped and held these people back from completely taking over the world? I told you, the simple fact of the matter is the Most High is real. All right, and his divine plan is real. Okay, and his timing is real. He's going to come like a thief in the night, and all of those who worthy, okay, are going to graduate. And this is what we're doing this for. This is why the negative energy in this world comes so hard. This is why they offer so much. This is why they give you an unlimited lifestyle of fun and so-called currency and money, all right, to get you to trade, to get you to forfeit what you have for you, that you were born with, your birthright. Okay, this is what this is all about, losing your soul. Okay, and we're in a time now, like I said, man, there's absolutely no excuse for you not to be doing it as a man. Okay. Relationships do not work. Marriages do not work. Okay. Men and women are getting used against each other. Okay. I could sit here and tell you about all the different ways on how it's destructive. You should already know better. You should already see this with your own two eyes. And you should already be, contemplating in your mind and understanding, man. Now, this is why you're doing what you're doing during this time. Okay. Because you're protecting yourself. You're making the smart decisions. All right. You have cerebral brain flow. Your brain's working correctly. All right. Your brain is protecting itself, which is its body. Okay. Your brain is making the correct moves. All right. When you're retaining your seat, when you're not, you're led astray. Okay. And you're out here just like everybody else, partaking in this fallen world. You're out here drunk off the wine. You're out here living in a life of sin, man. And this is what the world does. This is what the world is good at. The world is good at making everybody join their negativity. And this is why I'm trying to preach to you guys. I'm trying to tell you guys the truth on what's really going on out here. Everything is not as it seems. Okay. And no matter what avenue you take, I don't care what avenue you take, you young bucks, man, you young bucks are going to learn, bro. Okay. Like I said, you're going to learn. And it's unfortunate that you missed all my messages. All my messages went right over your head. You ignored everything I said. You young bucks are going to learn. You young bucks out there that are chasing money, you're going to learn. You're going to run into a gatekeeper. You are going to run into having to make a choice. And since that's what you've put all your eggs in the basket to get, it's more than likely, and that's what you're going to sell out for. okay? And then you would have defeated yourself, okay? Simply not understanding, man, on what we're supposed to be doing down here, okay? And seeing with our own two eyes on how corrupt this matrix is, okay? They're using all these different elements, like I said, to get us to lose our souls, all right? And you guys got to understand on why retention is so important, okay? And why I told you guys to keep it to yourself, stay offline. Why do you think I told you guys that? Why do you think I told you to keep retention to yourself? Why do you think I told you guys to not come on here talking about retention anymore? I already told you guys it's too late for somebody like me. I've been on the internet for years doing what I'm doing. Okay. I'm trying to help you other people out there, man, who are innocent, who don't know any better. You don't have no idea the field that you're walking into. Okay. All you're doing now is you're going to be creating a paparazzi to come into your life. All right. That is going to watch you, that is going to follow you. Okay. Because you must understand on what you're doing. And like I said, most people don't understand semen retention. Go watch all my videos. Okay. I've told you everything that I need to tell you guys. You don't understand what this is practice truly is about. Okay. This is something that Christ did. Christ was not a liked person. So if you're associating yourself with a practice like this, what kind of energy do you think you're going to attract? Okay, I told you, I know it's a positive thing. I know it's a great thing. I know what it does, but you're simply missing the fact on where we still reside and who is still currently in power of this fallen world. Okay, the matrix is in control. Okay, and they seek people out like this, all right, to hinder your life, all right, to try to destroy your life, all right, to kind of break you down and make you be quiet about what it is that you done fell into. Okay. They don't like this type of information reaching the masses. All right. And as much as you young guys don't understand that, well, here I'm telling you, man, I've already been through it. I've already been through everything that I've spoke about so far in this video. I've already been through it. Okay. Already been through it. I know what is to come for you. Okay. I know what you're ultimately going to run into the longer you stay on this practice ignorantly. Okay. You must understand on what you're doing. You must understand the way this matrix is set up. You must understand on what the people did before you. All of these things must be taken in consideration before you make a logical decision. And most of you don't do that. Okay. Most of you don't think. Most of you have empty balls. There ain't no way you're going to be able to think like me. It's impossible. Okay. You're not going to put the picture together. Okay. So what my job is to do is to warn you to reassess on what it is that you already thought that you knew. Okay. I'm telling you guys, the matrix is forcing us to do this for a reason. The matrix has got us out here giving us all this stuff for free for a reason. Okay. Because there is a true divine creator. All right. It's obvious as day, or this stuff wouldn't be happening. All right. And you got to be smart enough to make the decision that's going to help your life and keep you out of trouble, all while enduring what is going on around us. We still have to endure these days. Okay. This is something that we have to do. And if you don't have the awareness, all right, you're just going to be a victim out here in society. Donald Campbell in the building. Appreciate you for being in here. Thank you, Donald, my bro. He said, you're the only one I can listen to nowadays. I appreciate you, bro. I just try to tell the truth about stuff, man. I don't want to come on here talking about mundane things. I told you, I don't want to come on here talking about stuff that everybody else has talked about. I want you to know the truth, okay, without giving you too much truth. See, I'm good at leading you to the water so you can drink it by yourself, okay? I don't hand feed you the water, okay? I'm showing you from my lifestyle what I've gone through, what I've experienced, what I've put together, the conversations that I've had with the Most High. All right. And the Most High keeps it real with me. I told you, I'm like one of the Most High's main road dogs, bro. I don't care if you don't believe it or not. I'm telling you what it is, bro. I am. I'm one of his main roll dogs, bro. He tells me stuff. All right. I get downloads all the time. Some of the things I cannot talk about. Okay. Some of the things he don't want me to talk about. Some of the things he do want me to talk about. He wants me to talk about the things, bro, so you can get it, so you can put your own conclusion together and connect the pieces. Okay. But the only missing part, the only missing ingredient that you guys have in your lives is the simple fact that you're not retaining sexual life force energy. That is such an important part all right, of your growth. That is such an important part of your energy, okay? And it must be practiced to you to have a full understanding on what's going on in this life. That goes for men and women alike, okay? And this is what I've been trying to warn you guys about, man. Okay. I'm showing you what's going on out here, man. This matrix is forcing us to do this. All right. They're showing you, they're proving it to you. They're making you make a choice because the truth is really out there. The most high creator is really real. And you must understand to the last words of what he said, man, on how that he was going to come back to this world. Okay. Like a thief in the night, bro. Okay. Does anyone know what that means? Like a thief in the night. That means you've been out here getting away with everything, thinking you just been getting away scot-free with everything. Okay. Nothing you've done has been recorded. Nothing you've done has been sit here added up against you. And then judgment day comes. And now you have to atone for all your sins. You guys keep thinking this is a game. You keep thinking this is a joke, man. This world is not what you think it is. Okay. And like I said, man has done a good job at creating, the visualization it is what we think it is. It's not. All right. We are supposed to be down here being disciplined. We are supposed to be down here enduring what's going on. Okay. Protecting ourselves, uplifting others, raising our vibrations. Okay. We're out here helping a fellow man. This is what we're supposed to be doing down here. Okay. All while enduring this situation to earn everlasting life. Okay. That is much more of what I would want to manifest into my life other than the short time down here selling my soul, doing all these horrific things, okay, behind closed doors, okay, degrading myself for this thing called paper money that has absolutely no value. That's got us all down here losing our souls, okay, because the illusion, okay, of not being able to survive. Okay, all of these different things that you tap into on the umbrella of retention or celibacy is going to help you be able to deny any claim like that. Okay, we're talking about something that we're keeping life force energy inside us, man. That is going to give our bodies nutrients and minerals. That is going to help us prolong our fasting journey. That is in turn going to help us reprogram our bodies to make us eat less to little. Okay, just like all the Christ beings did before us. All of this knowledge, if you incorporate all of this knowledge into your life, you become one of these beings with the answer. Okay. And the answer is really not even that hard. It's not nothing that's super unattainable. All it is and all it comes down to is discipline. But you guys can now understand why the matrix is set up the way it's set up. Okay. No one has no discipline because all of the temptations are put in front of you. Okay, we're talking about the sexual immorality. We're talking about the gluttony of the food. We're talking about all the pleasures that you have access to that are instant gratification in this world have getting you to forfeit, okay, who you truly are. All right, all while causing you to sin. This is a real thing. Okay, and I challenge any of you guys to really try to break down what I've said. And I challenge you guys to critical think about what I've said and see what's going on and ask yourself, despite what it is that you think you know, ask yourself, is that stuff really true? Is money really real? Do I really need to be out here busting my butt for money? Do I really need to be out here, literally not having a connection with the Most High, but I have a connection with YouTube. I have a connection with making videos. I have a connection with chasing money. I have a connection with sleeping girls. Okay, you have all these connections in life, but the one connection that we've all failed to make is that connection with our Creator. Okay, knowing that we've been left the Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth, even though we know it's been tampered with, even though we know that we've gotten so many different versions that are rewritten. The simple fact of the matter is there is truth in every single text out there. And we've put this all together and we've all seen that the Most High has told us that he is real. The Most High has told us on how all the people are going to conduct themselves in the last days. And we're seeing that play out in front of us. Okay. We've seen people turn their families in for money. We've seen people lie, steal. We've seen people kill, destroy. We've seen people completely lose who they are in this short life down here. Okay. All for this fake paper thing called money. A rich man will never make it into heaven. And yet this is why all y'all are down here chasing the money, because you've fallen from the program. Okay. all I can recommend for you guys to do is to try to create some kind of relationship with yourself, okay, and the Most High, okay. And the way that you do that is by going in, retaining sexual life force energy. This is how you do this. This is how you conquer the game. This is what Christ showed us, okay. He showed us. Christ wasn't down here chasing no money. Christ wasn't down here investing in crypto. Christ wasn't down here into real estate. Christ wasn't down here doing any of that. You're down here doing that. You're the one who's lost. You're the one who missed the message. You're the one who seems to think that all this stuff is still not going on. Okay, that sky has not cracked yet. Okay, that firmament has not cracked yet. Okay, we are not living in the new age yet. Okay, we're not living in the golden age yet. There is still crime, murder, grape, killings. There's still all of that going on. Okay, we are far from that. Okay, and until we get to that point, this is what we need to remain to do. We need to be remaining diligent on our purpose. All right, and our purpose is going to be revealed for us the longer that we show discipline, the more that we practice this journey of SR and celibacy. Like I said, this is when the gifts come to you, and this is what they don't want you to do. This is how we are awakening. This is how we are raising the consciousness. This is how we're bringing Christ consciousness to this world. Okay. And this is why I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you why society is forcing us to retain. They are forcing you to make a decision. And so many of you guys, based on your actions, have already made that decision. And my job is to come here and to enlighten you, to get you to reassess your life, okay? Maybe reevaluate some things that you got going on in your life and take another look. Because I promise you, you guys don't understand what's going on out here. You don't see this other world that's going on out here. And that's the way they've been doing it by design. Okay. But like I said, since you're on this journey of SR, since you're on this journey of enlightenment, becoming a better person, you're going to be inviting this into your life. And some of you have this going on in your life right now. You don't even understand that it's happening. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, okay, from experience, it's just a matter of time before this energy chooses to let you know that they have been watching you. Okay. And this is where all of these, like I said, smaller consequences and things that you're going to have to deal with that you were unaware of are going to come into your life very rapidly. Okay. So that's all I really wanted to tell you guys, man. I know it's a lot to understand. I know this is advanced, and I'm hoping that some of you guys out there understand what I'm saying. Okay. Some of you guys out there are with it. I know most of you guys are with it. Okay. I know there's a lot of people that are still green, all right, to what it is that I'm talking about. And maybe this is a wake up call for you. Maybe this is your message. I don't know. Okay. Take it with it, do with it as you will. Okay. All I'm here is telling you guys on the facts of life that you may not or may not see yet. Okay. And to be aware on the choices and decisions that you're going to have to make and how society is forcing us to do that. Okay. They are forcing you to choose a side. If that doesn't show you that a creator is clear as day, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. If you know something's obviously evil, all right, and you know another side of life is obviously good, and they're always supporting, forcing, pushing this evil, you have to understand that there's got to be a side that is real and that is good. And this is the side that they're keeping us away from. And this is this is basically what I want you guys to look into. Okay, I really want you guys to reassess what's going on out here. Okay, this world wouldn't be like this if there wasn't a true good side. Okay, and I want you guys to protect yourself. So that's all I wanted to tell you guys. I appreciate you guys that came up in here, man. I didn't really want this video to go as long as it did. I thank you guys, Jim, Pierce the Third, Dylan, who is that? Joseph. All you guys that came up in here today, man, I appreciate you guys. True from Broadcasting, man. I appreciate you, everything that you guys do, man. I appreciate your support. I thank you guys for coming in here tonight, man. You guys have a good rest of your week, guys. And I'm going to try to come back and talk with you guys on the weekend. Until then, you guys have a good rest of the night. I love you guys. You guys stay safe. Peace, fellas. I like that, Truth. He said, we are our own judge, jury, and executioner, yet there may be a higher power or overseer. Absolute facts. And like I said, you have a choice. You have your free will, man. You have your choice to make down here. And if you got to think about it, if they're forcing you to be some way, you automatically know that there's another way. Just like Moana said in Moana 2, there's always another way. So if they're forcing you to be negative, if they're forcing you to live a life that you're not comfortable with just so you can maintain, okay, should let you know that there's another side. And this is all I want to bring to awareness with you guys, okay? Make sure that you're making the right choice out here. And believe me, I know the pressure is real, okay? The Most High is always there. As long as that sun comes up every day, as long as you got air in your lungs, okay, you have time to repent and go back and ask for forgiveness. And this is all I'm proving to you guys. So you guys have a good rest of the night, like I said, and I'll come back and I'll talk with you guys on the next one. I love you guys. You guys stay safe. Peace, fellas. Activate the TheShavedLionKing. You are now listening to B-Town Beats. Now listening to B-Town Beats. You are now listening to TSLK. Now listening to B-Town Beats.
I would love to help. But you see, I have vowed to take a life of celibacy.
Well, perhaps this will assist your decision.
Those are very nice. But I am a child of light, a pure spirit. I am no longer encumbered by the appetites of the flesh.
You betcha I listened to The Shaved Lion King.